Hey girls, hold on. Listen up. It's time for A Girl's Perspective, the podcast where girls speak up. Our organization, Know Better to Do Better, is the movement that empowers girls with personal, social, and leadership skills, equipping us for a brighter future. Girls, get ready to speak up because here's our host, the founder of Know Better to Do Better, Paula Bond.
Hey everyone, welcome to A Girl's Perspective. Why have we even created this show? Girls have a voice. They really do. And so this show is created to give voice to girls. And not just girls, 16, 17, 18 on up. I love that 11 to 14-year-old, that tween age girl. I'm Paula Bond. My organization is Know Better to Do Better. Why? I completely believe and know that when you know better, you do have every opportunity to do better. You can follow us on Facebook. Yep, we're on Facebook at Know Better to Do Better. We are also at Instagram. We're on Instagram, yay, and other places that we'll just stick with those two right now, okay? So on Instagram, we are at We Know, We Do. That's Know with a K. We, K-N-O-W. We know, we do. We have a great show for you here today. This is going to be about entrepreneurs under 16. And for this show, I could even say entrepreneurs under 14 years old, because that's exactly who my guests are here today, with the exception of my expert who really brought them together and got this going. Let me tell you a little bit about our guests, and once I do the introduction, we're going to come back to them. So speaking up today are 12-year-old Cheyenne and 12-year-old Kennedy, and they are both business owners. I'm a business owner, but I'm way over 12, 13, 14 years old. I wish I knew then what I know now. And so these ladies are learning some great bits of information right now. Why are they learning it and how are they learning it? Through Pastor Rondell Eskridge. He serves as the Director of Faithful Central Bible Church Middle School Ministry. He is the creator of BBM, Building Business in the Middle, Entrepreneur Program, and congratulations, he is the recipient of the National PTA's Outstanding Teacher of the Year Award. Wow. Great things coming up on this program. All you 12-year-old want to be entrepreneurs, this one is for you. Learn the secrets coming up next. Hi, it's Paula Bond, founder of Know Better to Do Better and author of the book, Social Media, Say Hello to Social Skills. Parents, do you ever struggle with what's appropriate and safe for your daughter when it comes to social media and the internet? Well, Mom and Dad, we got your back. Social Media, Say Hello to Social Skills is the book every parent should read and share with your tween-aged daughter prior to giving her a device connected to the internet and without parental controls. Parents, it's time you and your 11 to 14-year-old daughter mastered social media through a healthy dose of social skills. Her bright future may depend on it. Order your book today at our website, knowbettertodobetter.org. That's know with a K, knowbettertodobetter.org. Social media, say hello to social skills. Wonderful. I'm so excited because this really does speak to my heart, because as a girl, I think I always had a desire to be an entrepreneur. But Pastor Rondell, talk to me about this entrepreneurial program, how it got started.
So when I met my wife, she was already an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And so she kind of like birthed it in me, which I had this desire long ago. And I think it was kind of snuffed out when I was like around 17 or 18 years old. And I know you get a job, you go to school, but I felt like you could have combined all of that. But being an entrepreneur wasn't really in the cards. So she introduced me to Miles Monroe. And Miles Monroe has a book called Rediscovering the Kingdom. And so we did the book, and Miles talks about building a kingdom. And one of the main points of a kingdom is land ownership, right? So any kingdom, the number one priority is land, right? That's you're not a king without land, right? And so in today's time, what that looks like is if we want to build the kingdom of God, we got to own something. And so this is the lesson for them, that, look, it's not just about you coming to church, and serving God, but what are you going to own that he owns, right? And if you own it, then he owns it, right? And whatever he owns, then his morals run it, right? So if you want to change your city, if you want to change your culture, if you want to change the town, right, that comes through tangible ownership, right? So those are the things we talked about. And so from that, we birthed BBM, which is building a business in the middle, because we want them to start early. I think the average millionaire fails 17 times before they actually, strike gold. So I'm like, how about they start in middle school, right?
How about that?
What will they have by the time they graduate high school, right? They may make money. They may make enough to afford to pay for college, based on what they do from now up until they graduate high school. So that's where the idea came from. And
give me the website and Instagram, whatever you all have. Let us know where we can find you.
So you can find us at G1 in the Middle. That's on Instagram, and it's the same on Facebook. G1 in the Middle. That's where you can follow us. Also, if you want to reach out to us personally, you would just have to email me. Email is rreskridge@faithfamily.org. You can also go to the Faithful Central website, and you can find us on there. All the links lead directly to us.
And Pastor Rondell teaches not just girls. I just happen to love girls and just have a passion for working with girls, but he does have girls and boys in the program. So any parents, if you want your sons to know more about it, hey, this is the right person right here.
Yes.
He loves and he is committed to, and clearly an award-winning teacher of the year. So proud of
Thank you. Thank you.
Look who else I'm proud of. Cheyenne Kennedy. Oh, my goodness. Tell me about your business. I want to know the name of the business, what you do, and why you got started. I'll start right here.
Well, the name of our business is 76 Sketch It. The reason why I got started in entrepreneurship is because it's about ownership. It's about taking ownership of something that you create to share with the world. Basically, we created this business because it's something that we love to do, and it's something that, since we're partners, we thought that we can do together.
I like this. At an early age, you all have found business partnership. Kennedy, tell me a little bit more about the business and the business partnership.
Well, the business partnership is a unique thing that we cherish with each other, and the business is a type of way where we let out our creativity and friendship to other people.
So, Rondell, is this something that every student can do? I mean, what if I'm not equipped? What if I'm just not the entrepreneurial type?
Anybody can do it, literally. So we have 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders. Almost none of them knew anything about starting a business, what it took. Matter of fact, when I asked the question, how old do you need to be to start a business? They were like, 18. I'm like, no, right? There's no age limit on it, so you can know nothing about ownership or starting a business. All you need to do is come to the program, and we will start you off. We'll give you all the tools you need to start up.
Kennedy, tell me then what you all do. I believe you said fashion or some sort of manufacturing. What is it that you and your partner Cheyenne do?
What we do is we make purses. I love making purses. It was just a little now, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Well, what we do is we sometimes meet up and we go to a library at the park or somewhere close to our house, and we start making purses. We have a sewing machine and we have prints, and I did bring some
Did you bring one?
Yes, it's in the car.
Somebody better run to the car real quick, get this, because I would love to see. I hope we'll see if we can do it in time before we get out of here. Then how does this work? Because when you have partners, sometimes that's the challenge. Because a partner, one wants this, one wants that. How do you all work this out as a partner? Who makes the design? Who sews the design? Who determines, this looks great and this is going to sell?
Well, we don't specifically do that. We work as a partner, and we see what comes out great. We had to figure out whether it's a final product, whether if it's just we're still working on it, it needs more work. Basically, it's not Like one person sketches it out, one person does this, but we all work on it together. Like we both work on it together. We put decorations on it, we put the fringe on it, and we do like all the cutting and stuff until it's complete.
Have you sold them then? Are you giving them away? Are you selling them? Is it for friends and family? Where can I find these purses?
We are selling them at, because we're doing a flea market at our church, and we're working to get towards our limit of 50 bags or higher, and you want to take over from there?
Yeah, sure. So, wait, what was the question?
July.
Well, that line. But I've heard what I was asking here, and here's what I want to ask as well. Outside of then, so these two are doing fashion, they're doing purses, they're doing some great looks here. Tell me, what are the other businesses?
We have one young lady who is doing recycling. So
Smart.
she will. It's almost like Uber for recycling. She will collect your recyclables, right? Pay you for it, and then she'll go recycle it, and she'll make her profit off of that.
Smart.
We
What
have
else you got?
Another young person who's baking using their grandmother's recipe, and he's got it down. There's another person who's doing how-tos on social media or YouTube or what have you, and so they want to run classes on how to use certain social media platforms or what have you. There's so many.
That's good.
So I think it's going to be a great success, and it is on July 28th. There will be an Entrepreneur Expo that we will have at the church.
And now, by the time some of you listen to this could be beyond July 28th, but still all the social media information is still good, and they'll let you know what's coming up beyond there. You said the word class, and I'm curious, Kennedy and Cheyenne, how do you balance school and business?
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's really complicated.
Tell me.
It's complicated, especially for me, because I have like a lot of after-school activities. I participate in jazz band. I have tutoring. Sometimes I may have practice after school for advanced band. It's complicated, but you always have to figure out a way to squeeze it in there because it's not only just middle school, but it's beyond middle school.
Yes.
As you expand it further than that, and we have to try our best. We work over the weekend and stuff, and we get it in as much as we can.
What do you say to a 12-year-old who is listening, to a 13-year-old, to an 11-year-old who's listening to this program and saying, I want to start my own business? Kennedy, what do you tell her or him?
Well, I tell that person is you have to be very outgoing. And I struggled with that when I was little. Well, again, still little now. I would struggle with being outgoing until my mom and dad pushed me to being outgoing. So you have to be outgoing. You have to have great speaking skills, which my mom and dad taught me, and have people who will support you no matter what.
Pastor Rondell, as we wind up, what are the most important attributes so that these children will set themselves up for a good future?
I think kind of pulling out their creativity and surrounding them with people who are willing to help, who are willing to serve, right? Who are willing to lend their information, who are willing to teach them, right? And not necessarily for a fee, but because they're passionate about it, right?
Yes.
So I think if we can put out their creativity, and I think if we can get people to lend the information that they need to grow and to succeed in life, right? I think that we'll start to see more kids become adults who are successful and who are thriving in their 20s instead of in their 30s or 40s.
And can make their own college money,
Right, yeah.
and can, if they want to purchase homes or do whatever they want to do. Girls, hold it up. Here are some of the bags that the girls create. And that's the key word right here is create. Creative, very creative. I love this one. Love that. Hold it up high. I think there's fringe on the bottom of that. You two, I want you to keep on doing what you do.
Thank you.
You are going to grow into very successful young women. I know your parents are happy to hear that because earning money is a part of life. The Lord wants us to thrive. I think that's what your pastor has been teaching you, that the Lord really wants you to thrive, but he wants you to thrive at an early age. As I wind up right here, I'm going to give you just the last word I'll actually give you the last word now. Best tip or best recommendation for a young entrepreneur in just a couple of words.
I would just say learn from your mistakes. Like, if you make mistakes, you have to improve and learn from them. Like, for example, you have to keep in communication with the people you work with. You have to know your product. And most importantly, if you're going to do something, you go all the way.
Best tip.
Same.
Same thing. I agree with you. I agree. It's the same thing. Listen, everyone, keep praying because the Lord is listening. And remember,
when you know better, you have every opportunity to do better.
We'll see you next time.